My name is Brian Taylor, and I wanted to take a few minutes to share my testimony. I was a preacher's kid, grew up in a loving home, heard the gospel from the start. I was always in church, had family devotions, everything you would come to expect, having a father that was a pastor. We moved a lot, so I felt from a very young age that I didn't quite fit in, and I was always an outsider. By the time I had finished the 8th grade, I had gone to 8 different schools. We finally settled down when I entered into high school, but the bad thought patterns had already taken hold. I'm an all-or-nothing kind of guy, so if I do something, I'm going all the way. I started smoking pot at age 15. Because I do things to the extreme, before I knew it, I was doing anything and everything and in excess. I had everything going for me. I was a good athlete, state championships, but inside I was an emotional train wreck. My mom and dad were prayer warriors, so parents, please hear me and pray hard for your kids. I'm here today because of their continued prayer. The next 10 years were very dark days. The drug use got really bad and I was completely out of control. I lost my father to cancer when I was 21. There was a time when I called my mom crying because I was scared of where my mind was going. I was sitting in the dark on the couch thinking of suicide and scared that I might follow through with it. I tried countless times to clean myself up. None of my friends grew up in church, so I felt once again like I was alone. I started going to church by myself, searching for where I had left God. From age 22 to 25, I continued to use, but went to church searching and asking, praying for God to step in. I felt like I was the worst of the worst. By that time, I had seen and done just about everything. I just needed God to take control of my life, clean me up, and give me hope, peace, some kind of belonging that I had been searching for so long. At the tail end of those 3 years, I met my now wife, Leah. Here's a 25-year-old strung-out soul confiding in an innocent 18-year-old young lady. She listened with a caring heart to the self-destruction that I had put myself and my family through over the last 10 years. She heard me crying out for help and invited me to Calvary. The first day I came, a young adults Sunday school class had started, taught by Ed Smith, Calvary Christian School's headmaster at the time. Over the next year or so, Leah and Ed helped me unpack the baggage of my life. I prayed and accepted Christ, and unbeknownst to me, got baptized on the day my father had passed away 7 years later. Yet again, another answer to prayer. I'm not a Bible scholar, but what I do know is that God is not a God of chance. He heard the prayers of my family and friends and brought my wife into my life at just the right time. He has given me a sense of belonging and, most importantly, the peace that I cried out for so long. It was all in His timing. What has shaped my life the most over the last years are the godly men that I have allowed into my life to speak truth into it and hold me accountable when I get off track. When I look back on the canvas of my life, I can see that God has always been there and wanting nothing more than to tell me that I belong to Him and that He loves me more than anything in this world. I don't know where you are right now in your life, but please know that God loves you and wants the same for you.